Walshy Fire.
This is Diplo.
It's your boy Julian here.
We are the Major Lazer crew.
Yes, sir. Walsh and I met through Soundclash. We've both been playing sound system for about 15 years-ish, probably more than that. When I first started out, coming out of high school, going into college, I wanted to play like on a proper sound system, you know, and you had your own speakers, and you started off with like 2 busted belt drive turntables and a tiny mixer, echo chamber, sound effects machine, playing roots reggae, you know, and that's where we both came from. And Soundclash has always been a very important part of Caribbean. I would, because I'm from Trinidad, I would say West Indian culture, Caribbean culture, not just Jamaican culture, you know. And it was a rivalry that built camaraderie among fans, among the sound systems themselves, because we met, you know, like going to Soundclash is like a bunch of us, you know, like I'm talking about 10 or 15 people getting a car, road trips, you know, going to follow whoever your favorite sound system was and wanting to be like them, you know. You would go into the studio and you would voice your dubs in the same style of whoever was your favorite, whether it was Bass Odyssey, Stone Love, King of D's, you know. You wanted to copy that style, you know, and that whole culture is what pretty much influenced us in terms of wanting to be a DJ, wanting to be a selector, wanting to be an MC, you know, wanting to move the crowd, wanting to create that following.
I also think that Soundclash culture is directly responsible for the evolution of dancehall and reggae music, because you're constantly having to battle people with your sound, the way it sounds, the attitude, and how great the song is. That's the fresh thing, and that's what moves everything forward, and that's what we do as well with our sound. Like when Upon the Floor came out, I think it influenced a lot of dancehall reggae artists, you know, to do more up-tempo records and introduce different sounds. And, you know, same thing when we were hearing records like with The Russian, or, you know, Don Corleone, or like Stephen McGregor, whoever it is. I'm always, you know, we're always listening, especially War 21, like we're always hearing these producers and going, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just like what Flux Pavilion does for us. I feel like there's a sense of pride in, like, I made this, my sound is the best, and it's the craziest. And that's, you know, that's what essentially I think Soundclash culture means for a wider scale. It just means competitively having more amazing songs, growing and growing and growing.
Yeah, it pushes creativity, like, you know, super fast forward. There's just no way you can stay stagnant when sound clashes are happening. So sound clashes are super important to moving forward.
And also, you're not gonna have it eliminates whack music.
Yeah,
because if your music isn't good, you get laughed off. You cannot.
It's about physically and mentally asserting yourself, and I think that the other big thing that it was also an important part of like social culture as well.
Yeah.
In that when people came from poor neighborhoods, all they really had was like your sound system, you know, to support. So it's just like you had when there weren't sounds from outside of Jamaica that were competing in that arena. You know, you had Kilimanjaro, who came from their neighborhood, and Bass Odyssey. So you basically support
the Japanese too.
Yeah, the Japanese came in and you know, so you would support the sound system that was from your neighborhood, you know, and it would give you a sense of pride and a sense of motivation, you know. So there are a lot of elements to it, you know, that I feel like you know, I want to aspire to be somebody that can drive people in that same way.
What I love about Soundclash culture is that, you know, in today's music scene, you have, you know, marketing, you have, you know, payola for radio. You have so much that goes into producing a song and making it great. With Soundclash, you just have to have the song, and if it's good, it creates buzz. It creates a song to be huge. You don't have all the things associated. All you have is the music, essentially, which is what is beautiful about that culture.